Question is for Mr. Rubino. You are promoting greater business development along Highway 14, specific sections or the entirety of Highway 14. Are you promoting strip development, which is disastrous for families who own residential property along 14? Please clarify.
I am promoting the fact that Highway 14 between Nixon and Ozark, from everybody I've talked to, says that that's the greatest potential for commercial and retail development in here. And I'm not advocating any specific development come in. I look at it from the standpoint, I look at Columbia, I look at any community in the state of Missouri here that's actually showing growth, that's actually showing business growth. Over and over again, there's two things that have to happen. First off, there has to be good schools because people want to move to communities that have good schools. The second thing that needs to happen is good roads, transportation. When you have those two things occurring, you have businesses moving into those communities. Just look at Columbia, for example, or look at Springfield for the fact that they, over and over again, they keep improving their roads. As a state representative, our job is to benefit the people we represent. As far as I'm concerned, Christian County. Do I have an idea what's going to come in? No. I can only assume that it's going to be, we've got 60,000 people living within a 10 square mile area of that section of Highway 14. The customers are there. I see all sorts of businesses coming in, and I don't see just strip malls. I've heard a lot of talk about Target stores, I've heard malls. You know, there's all sorts of possibilities. But the problem is we need to provide that opportunity for them to have the place to do the development. And right now, we don't have it. So, that's what my point is.
Thank you.
I'd just like to clarify that MoDOT sets the priorities on what highways are done. They get the input from the Ozarks Transportation Organization down here, the OTO, and that's made up of, we've got our commissioner, we've got representatives from municipalities. They have an input on setting the priority. The taxes, the highways are paid for from a dedicated tax off of what you pay on each gallon of gas that you buy, and it's a set amount. As a state representative, out of the general budget, we don't have control over that. We don't have control over that. We also don't have control over the priority. Now, we can advocate for that, and that's the reason that when I'm in Jefferson City, the MoDOT folks come by and visit, and we sit down and talk, and anytime I've got a concern or a question from a constituent, I've got the representative down here in Southwest Missouri from MoDOT that I can call and say, hey, what's going on with this? Why are we doing it this way? So all of those decisions are made somewhere else. We can be advocates as state representatives, but we are not going to be able to directly fix the problem with some sort of promise up here tonight. Thank you.
Response?
I don't believe in waiting for somebody else to do something. I've been to the OTO meetings. I see what goes on up there. Christian County's got 3 people on that committee that represents us. Guess how many Springfield has? 11. The Springfield area, 11. How much do you think actually filters down to Christian County? The other thing that happens up there is where you have cost-sharing opportunities. Over and over again, I see where more and more roads are being built up in the Springfield area because of the cost sharing. The last time I was up there, they were talking about Glenstone between James River all the way up to Battlefield being redone again. As a state representative, you have the political power to push forward to help agenda to help your county. As a state representative, that's what I want to do.
An example we've got on this cost sharing is 160 and Highway 14. And right now you've got Nixa, the municipality says that they think that they may have some revenue to partner up and do that. That's one avenue, one pocket of money. They've got about $40 million statewide that's up for grants is what they call them, and they match. It's a 50% match, but the municipalities have to have it first, to say that they're going to put it up. And Nix is looking at doing that to improve that section right now. So as a representative, I can have some impact on making sure that the grants are in properly, that we're being represented on that end of stuff. And that's what I will do, and that's what I have done in the past and will continue to do. Thank you.
I can remember that NICSA, when the stimulus packages came out and they talked about them being shovel-ready projects, money was coming to NICSA. And one of the projects that was on the list to be shovel-ready, that money was coming in from the federal government. It had already been allocated. I realize that, you know, the stimulus package has some issues about it, but the money was already allocated. It was going to be used. Money was coming to NICSA for the use of Northview and 160, where the Harder House went in and Tractor Supply went in. Ask yourself what happened to that money. It didn't, it got turned down. You'll have to find out who turned it down.